Sean Teare, Seanteare, Chief of the Harris County DA's Office Vehicular Crimes Division. As Lieutenant Chang said, we're on the scene of an intoxicated driver who severely injured a Harris County sergeant. This sergeant is somebody I've known personally for a long time. When you have crashes like this, I mean, we're on these scenes day in and day out, but when it's somebody that's close to you, it adds an even larger layer to it. And when you talk specifically about the intoxication that we've discovered on this driver, there's no reason for it. She went more than a mile after she struck the sergeant, after she knew that she potentially took someone's life, and had to be flagged down by another officer in order to stop. It's unacceptable. It's so beyond any rational thought that it's hard for people to understand how something like this can happen. This sergeant was in full uniform, standing next to his bike that was had every emergency light equipped. And for her to just, without care, drive right through that and right over this sergeant. It kind of puts you at a loss for words when you have something this serious. We're waiting to hear final word about this sergeant, but we're going to have much more information for the public at the hospital. I think a number of us are going to be headed there right after we finish doing what we have to do to make sure that this case is as good as it can possibly be for presentation to the community at some point in the near future. She's been charged with intoxication assault of a peace officer. That's a first-degree felony. That carries a maximum punishment of up to life in prison. She's also been charged with failure to stop and render aid, serious bodily injury. That carries up to 10 additional years. If the sergeant does perish from these injuries, then obviously we will upgrade both of those charges. But right now we're just focusing on what we can do to make sure that justice is done eventually in this case.
You'll possibly charge whoever gave her the alcohol, where she got the alcohol from.
Yeah, she has been somewhat forthcoming about where she says she was drinking. If that does turn out to be where she was, it's not something. She says she's been at home drinking all day. We've had people say that subsequently through our investigation turns out they were other places. We're not going to just take their word for it, and in this case, we're not going to take her word for it. If we do find that someone else contributed to her being this intoxicated, then they're going to face the full range of punishment that's available to us.